Now, notice your body sitting here. Notice your posture. Are your shoulders tense, or can they soften a little? Are your feet flat on the floor, crossed, or tucked away? Can you let the body settle into a posture that is both relaxed and awake? Now, bring your attention to the food in front of you. Simply look. What colors do you see? What textures? What shapes? Can you notice the difference between one ingredient and another? Can you appreciate the care, labor, sunlight, water, transport, and human effort that made this meal possible? You may wish to ask yourself quietly, what has come together for this one bite to arrive here? Whose hands have touched this food before mine? What forms of life and care are present in this moment? Now, when you're ready, pick up a small bite. Notice the movement of the hand. Notice the lifting of the utensil or the gesture of the fingers. Notice the distance between the plate and the mouth. Notice whether there's hurry in the movement or patience. As the food approaches the mouth, pause for one brief moment. Notice whether the mind wants to rush ahead. Notice whether anticipation arises. Notice whether judgment appears, liking, disliking, comparing, wanting more, or wanting less. Then gently place the food on the tongue. Just let the food rest there for a moment. What happens when the tongue first touches the food? Is it warm or cold, soft or firm, dry or moist? Where on the tongue do you notice the taste first? Sweetness, saltiness, bitterness, sourness, savoriness. Can you feel the tongue exploring the food before the mind makes it? Now, chew slowly. Notice how the teeth meet the food. Notice the pressure, the breaking down, the movement of the jaw. Notice how the tongue shifts the food from one side of the mouth to the other. Notice how saliva begins to gather naturally. You do not need to force anything. Your body already knows what to do. Stay with the chewing for a little longer than usual. Notice whether impatience arises. Notice whether the mind wants to prepare the next bite before this one is finished. Can you allow yourself to remain with this bite only? And when the body is ready, notice the impulse to swallow. You do not have to make swallowing happen. You can simply observe the moment when the body chooses to do that. Notice the movement in the throat. Notice the food leaving the mouth. Notice the brief moment after swallowing, when the mouth is empty again. What remains? Perhaps a taste? a sensation, a feeling of satisfaction, the impulse for more, the pause before the next bite. Notice that pause. Notice the space between bites. So often we fill every space immediately, but here we allow a little room, a little silence, a little awareness. You might ask yourself, what changes when I do not rush to the next bite? What does enough feel like in the body? Am I eating from hunger, from habit, from emotion, from distraction, or from gratitude? As you continue, eat at an unhurried pace. If thoughts arise, that is all right. If the mind wanders, that is also all right. Perhaps it goes to your work, your responsibilities, a conversation from earlier, or something you're carrying in your heart. Simply notice that the mind has wandered and gently return back to the hand, back to the bite, back to the tongue, back to chewing, back to swallowing. This returning is the practice. The Zen ancestors taught us, when eating, just eat. When sleeping, just sleep. This is simple, but it is the heart of practice. Through eating, we train our mindfulness. This practice not only strengthens our concentration and awareness, it gradually allows the mind to settle and become calm, supporting our study and work, but also gives us an opportunity to slowly observe and understand the truth of life and even the mystery of life and death. So let us continue observing. If suddenly the mind wanders and we do not know where it has gone, that is all right. Gently bring it back and continue eating well. Continue observing. Perhaps during this mindful meal, guided in this way, it feels easier to remain quiet and aware. But when those conditions are no longer present, we may find ourselves returning to our usual distracted and scattered state. That is all right. Just remember what we're practicing here today. Whenever the opportunity arises, return here again. Not to this physical space, but to the present moment. Return to the mindfulness that is available to you right now. Whether you're walking, speaking, sitting alone, or working. In this way, through eating, we quietly return to the present. As we eat, we may also reflect. What does it mean to receive nourishment with gratitude? What changes when eating becomes not automatic, but conscious? What kind of care do our daily choices express? For our bodies, for animals, for the earth, and for one another. Mindful eating is not only about slowing down. It is also about remembering relationship. This food comes from the earth through countless visible and invisible conditions. And we too are part of that web. Through eating, we cultivate mindfulness, concentration, and calm. Over time, this practice can deepen both compassion and wisdom, reminding us that our lives are not separate, but sustained through connection. We begin to understand that the relationship between ourselves, others, and the world is not truly separate or divided. May this meal reconnect us to that simple truth, and may we continue to finish it gently with awareness, gratitude, and care. Now, let's remain silent for the next 15 minutes to simply savor the food and this moment together. Thank you.